game.
Good day, sir. Today we are reporting about fan not working properly. Our leader is Ian Corner Earl Gaspar, and the members are Matthew Remata, Rafael Momblan, Ismael Ramirez, and Denise Bispo.
So for the topic objectives, number one, probable causes of the problem. We will be discussing the roots of the problem and identifying them. Next is guides and solutions of the problem. So because of the problems, we will have to create a solution and devise a fix for these problems so that the fan can work properly. Recommendation. We will also give recommendations and other helpful tips that will uh, provide user with uh, a better understanding and better control on their fan. So for the topic objectives, in the video we will discuss the roots of the problem on why the fan of the computer is not functioning properly. So as I said before, we will be discussing and we will be tackling the different problems that could occur on the fan, and next is creating a solution to fix the problem that is causing the fan to malfunction. So again, as I said before, we will also devise a solution and different fixes as to why these problems occur and allow the fan to work properly again. So next is applying said solutions for fan optimization. After devising solutions and creating fixes to the fan, we will now be applying them to the fan for better optimization and function of the fan as well. And finally, preventing problems from occurring in the future by optimizing and maintaining the fan. So again, we don't want these problems to occur or happen in the future. So in this presentation, we will also give tips on how to prevent these problems from happening again.
So, ito yung itsura ng fan. Ito, picture na.
Next is the causes of the problem. So, number one, a CPU fan error on startup is typically due to physical damage to fan. So, this can occur when, for example, the blades of the fan are damaged or broken. So, this is a physical damage to the fan, and this may cause the fan to not work properly. Next is incorrect settings. So this can happen when the fan is not inserted or inputted properly and integrated together with the device, and this may also cause problem in the future. And next is external factors causing the computer to overheat and force the fan to run at unusually high speeds. So external factors such as temperature in your room or other external factors, this may affect the functioning of the fan and can cause overheat and not allow the fan to run properly. Next is dust or other objects obstructing the device, air vents, can also cause CPU fan errors. So when the fan is not cleaned properly and not maintained properly as well, there will be some dust buildups that could be present in the fan, and this may prevent the fan from spinning and in turn will not work properly. The wires that transmit energy to the fan are not working properly. Therefore, the fan does not receive the required energy and cannot work appropriately. This is also related to incorrect settings or incorrect input to the fan. And if the fan does not receive its proper proper voltage of energy, this may prevent the fan from starting, and or this can also prevent the fan from working properly. If the fan has been used for a long time, it may have some damages or sometimes break due to continued usage. When the fan itself has been damaged, it will stop spinning. So when the fan has been in use for a long time or has been in continued use for a long time, This may reduce the quality of the fan and stop may prevent the fan from working again, and it will stop spinning. And lastly, when a fan is not installed properly in the unit, it may cause some problems in the future. So when the fan is not installed properly, when the fan is inputted incorrectly, this will prevent the fan from working properly, and therefore the device cannot work properly as well.
Guides and solutions. The step-by-step guides and solution to the problem. So step 1, move your computer. Leaving your computer in an area with a lot of heat or sunlight can cause it to overheat and shut down. So no matter how hard the fan is working, try moving your computer to a cooler room or making sure it's never placed in direct sunlight throughout the day. So step 2 is stop overclocking. It is a consequence of overclocking is a dramatic increase in system heat. So it can be damaged by the default fans. This can damage the circuits and cause the frequent shutdowns and overheating errors. Step 3 is clean the vents, the air vents of the fan. The easiest way to clean the vents is to remove the brush from your vacuum cleaner, then use it all at full power to suck any dust and debris out. Alternatively, use an air gun or canned air to blast the dust out. Step 4. Clean the CPU fans. So for this step, you need to turn your computer off, unplug it from the power source, and open up the case. Once opened, you can clean the interior and remove dust with an air gun or canned air. Step 5 is to check your CPU fan. While you have your computer open, physically check your device fans to make sure they haven't come loose or fallen out of place. So depending on your fan model, you should be able to fasten your fans back into place with a screwdriver or glue.
So
Step
the
6
so the step
is to
6 is check your CPU fan's location. If you have installed the CPU fan yourself, ensure that it is installed in the correct location. It should be connected to the CPU header on the motherboard. If you've connected it elsewhere, the fan may run when the computer is turned on, but it won't be sufficiently cooling the CPU, which is its main purpose. So, kailangan tama yung location ng fan nyo. So, step 7, try an alternate CPU fan header. If you have multiple CPU fan headers on your motherboard, try plugging the fan into a different slot. This is sometimes fixes the CPU fan error. Try an alternate CPU fan header. If you have multiple CPU fan headers on your motherboard, try plugging the fan into a different slot. This sometimes fixes the CPU fan error. So, step 8, check the CPU fan settings in BIOS. It can occasionally be used to troubleshoot tech issues and to make sure everything is as it should be. So, mamaya papakita natin yung BIOS ng fan. Step 9, change the BIOS settings. If you can see your CPU working properly and you're sure your computer isn't overheating or running too hot, just change to the BIOS setting in step number 8. Can bypass the CPU fan error message and get your device up and running properly. So the last one is replace the CPU fan. If none of the above works, your fan could be simply be broken and in need of replacing. Your computer's warranty may cover. The repair of the fan. If you purchase the fan separately, it may have its own warranty you can use to get a free or discounted replacement part. Next. Ayan yung example ng BIOS ng fan. Nandiyan yung mga fan speed, voltage, fan control, and ganyan. So, ito nga pala yung paano kung buksan yung BIOS. Select advanced settings, hardware monitor, CPU fan, enable active heatsink and fan dock with fan, disable passive heatsink and fan dock without fan, save your changes and exit BIOS. Next. Recommendation and helpful tips. Uh, if you want to have a better fund, don't go for the cheapest fund, but go for the quality fund or branded fund. Because buying cheaper funds means that the funds has not better quality unlike the branded ones. Use quality fund or branded funds or longer use. Kumbaga, syempre, pag bibili ka ng cheaper, hindi mo na expected na maganda yung quality nun. Di ba? Pag bibili ka, talagang bilhin mo na yung mahal para sure ka na rin na maganda yung quality nun. Next. So that's all. Thank you. Wish you all a very good day. Goodbye, guys.
Yun lang po, sir. Thank
Thank
you po.
you.
Maraming salamat, sir.